dark as iron, to raven wings lake beneath a low six sky, a fishing shore with shuttered windows, where prayers turn stale and even children lie.
The deadwood close to fence and doorstep, soft-footed hunger wearing borrowed skin. Each village spoke in swallowed whispers, as if the name of death could let in.
In a ruined lane we saw the threshold, a seeming air that blistered when we stared. Something horned and patient leaned through, testing this world like a lock with a single key. Beside its shadow, a torn spell page, still warm with ink that would not dry. We carried it back and found the chapel, and found the sacred missing from its light. Under a coffin, under sorrow,
Another page, another silent tooth.
down through stone where old gods molded, we took
Our fear and named it truth.
Durante watched in salt black stillness. Icy spoke like steel that learned to bleed, and every step went deeper inward to where the world forgets to breathe. Bring it back, bring it back.
The book of anguish wants its binding back.
Page by page it calls our names.
A chain of ink, a crown of flames.
Bring it back, bring it back, or watch the daylight crack.
Then the voice arrived without a doorway, not sound, but weight behind the eyes. It said we stole what should not be carried, and every stolen word has teeth and price that promised ruin without mercy. Fields of ash where laughter used to live. Return the book, return its body, or lose what no one chose to give.
South we went through briar and sleeping venom, small hands with darts that begged us to lie down. We fought the drift of drowsy darkness and rose again with blood-wet crowns. And Winter's broken house of iron oaks dragged a cart of shackled breath. We cut the chains, we broke their ranks, we left their war song in the dust. The ruins lied about their ending. Below the passages ran wide with dread,
100 bodies torn to pieces.
as if despair had learned to butcher the dead. A thing that wore a borrowed face rose from the crowd and left us raw. An ogre sang to hammered metal, a brewer stirred and nightmares draws. Between worlds was opened and fire was chained to feed the forge. We ran through heat that hated mercy and lived by inches, not by sword.
Return what is mine. Return what is mine.
An ancient swift of dwarven making fell for an hour through the mountain's throat. At last a tomb the faithful sealed once, its holy mark now snapped and broke. Deep things gathered like old mistakes there, and someone clutched the book and tried to flee. We struck, we won, the dark kept laughing, the book slipped free. It wasn't done with us.
Bring it back.
The book of anguish was its blinding man.
We held the line, we bled, we swore, and still it slipped through broken doors.
Bring it back.
Bring it back, or let the world collapse. Found the road where war had rotted. Orcs and men collapsed in the same gray mud. No banners left, just bone and carrion, and steel that drank and never spat the blood. North of the lake, the watchtower waited, its stones like teeth above the blackened shore. Around its base, the dead kept wandering, as if the world still owed them something more. From surf and broken shale, too wide apart, too late to breathe in time. They hit us hard like doors kicked inward, like bitter hands that learn to climb. I held the stair, I held it shaking. Behind me someone hissed, don't you fall above. A wing ignite, cut through stormlight, and at the crown stood red-scaled war and gold. The clash went along the air when narrow, each step was paid in tendon, tooth and grit. We won, then learned what victory means here, not triumph, only living through it.
Hold the stair, hold the line.
Let the north wind count our dead in time. We are not saints, we are not spared. We bleed, we stand, we stay aware. Hold the stair, or hold the line, or let the dark climb. The paladin note spoke of a doorway, 3 trials buried under holy stone. We bled through riddles, weighed in silence, until the last lock answered with a groan. One step went wrong, my weapon vanished, spinning down a cliff like swallowed prayer. Then Yadel rose from ash pale shadow, alive in voice but death within her stare. She named a law that hates an ending. To die is insult, so the dead must stay. And every boundary has a hunger, even when gods refuse to say.
I heard the warning, I went anyway. Wings spread wide in borrowed wind. I found the fallen higher
appetite turned hungry. The sky went distant, hard and thin. Now something walks inside my heartbeat, a shot of night beneath my skin.
Hold the stair, hold the line. Let the north wind carve its prayer in time. A god can brand what steel can mend, a living oath that will not end. Hold the stair, hold the line, or let the dark climb.
Back south to smoke and silence, to a lakeside town split like driftwood in a storm. Doors torn out, ash in every threshold, the kind of quiet that can't be warmed.
We found the region behind false timbers, broken breathing, shaking like a knife. They took the rest, the whisper trembled in chains before the sun could rise. Days later, caves, a stench of iron, sleeping guards and blades that ended fast. We cut the bonds, we hauled them outward, pulled our people from the throat of black.
Back in town, a crown was offered. Rule this ruin, wear its weight, its blame. We refused, but one accepted and sent his word in our name.
Hold the stair, hold the line. Now follow the rightbank river's spine to Grimdark, where candles hide, where a demon the shadows bites. Hold the stair, hold the line. We march through night until the debt is paid.
Took the road like a debt we couldn't refuse. Boots on hot earth, breath turning into knives. Hunger kept time in the gaps between our steps, and even the sky looked away to stay alive. The trail would vanish, then return like a rumor. No game to hunt, only bones in the snow, until a forest rose dark and familiar, and a river kept whispering which way to go. Lays under branches, damp with old warnings. We learned the trees can listen and remember. Two hunters watched us through stitched cloth shadow. Ogres with patience colder than winter. They came in close like a nephron silent. We broke their teeth, we broke their grips, and then we found the ink of a hidden doorway, a sealed temple, and how to unclip it. We didn't speak it too loudly. Some nodded drakes when it's named. We carried it like a splinter, and the forest kept its blade. Frost and ink, oath and hunger. We walk where mercy doesn't linger. We don't get peace, we only learn how hard a stolen cage can burn. Frost and ink, closed town with warm lights and dirty glass. Smiles that measure you, hands that don't shake for free. Good swap, quiet, some legal, some cursed, and truth so cheap. If you didn't ask to see, a fairy ran steady to northern stone. So we took a table, let our shoulders drop. That night was calm, too calm to trust, as if the world was holding its breath to stop. Morning brought a man with a pleading voice and a wounded knight held together by will. Two roads, two urgencies, both paid in blood. Save a village or hunt thieves down the hill. We chose the village, but we bound a night. Set him upright with borrowed breath. Then south we marched through fields that look gentle, the kind of gentle that ends in death. We reached the village under starless weather. No torches, no dogs, no smoke, no sound. Not raiders, not survivors, only absence. As if the ground had swallowed everyone down. In the square, the horror found its voice. Things called from elsewhere, taught to kill. And the old man raised a torn spell page, a smiling mouth with a blade behind its stem. I chained my legs in a sudden white silence. Steel went numb, my blood ran thin. One more breath and the cold would claim me, not death, just ending from within. We broke a circle, we tore the tether. The summoned things went slack and fell. We took the page from shaking fingers, and the square went quiet like a chapel cell. Frost bending, open hunger. We pay in scars, we pay in thunder. Answers die, but questions learn. The book wants all its pieces returned. Frost bending, open hunger. We live, and that's our thunder. No sign of the night. Then river fog and a fairy's light. We step apart with the page held tight, and the north pulls us in like a door in the night. banners bruise the salt gray sky. Wagons crawl like beetles toward the gates, and cars look through you like you'd already died. We bought a mule to spare our burning hands and joined the road that never stops to mourn. 1,000 faces hungry, armed, indifferent, all moving like a promise being torn. The city didn't greet us, it weighed what we're worth, and every step towards stone and gold felt like a debt on earth. Pay the toll, hold your tongue. In this city, innocence is never young. Keep your head, keep your name, or you'll be ash inside the same old flame. Inside the streets were rivers made of bodies, temples stacked like knives along the dim lit lane. We found Vaniel's doors and asked for one lost key. Only hand that held it never came again. Find him, the bishop said, the wounded knight, the one you raised and led right out alone. He bears the only key to what we need, a sealed library and truth behind the stone. We slept at a crowded inn where saints and cutthroats drink, a room that held the whole damn town in laughter edged with hate. Pay the toll, hold your tongue. In this city, innocence is never young. Keep your head, keep your name, or you'll be ash inside the same old flame. They spoke of stalls beneath the daylight, where any sin is purchased, chained, and sold. We split our faces, buyers' blades, and lost seals, and watched the market breathe its rotting gold. And Karada still came down like judgment, driving criminals through alleys slick with fear. The cases open, people fell like candles, some freed, some dead, and no one kept it of bodies, I felt a shadow leaning, not footsteps, something colder than intent. A whisper wearing black dragonborn skin said, run, leave her here, she's doomed in this land. I turned, only smoke, stone watch horns crying, and the taste of ash where words had broken streets, the air still shook with rumor, threat, and blame. A bleeding woman called for help in open air. We stepped in and the trap took shape. She pointed, spitting blame at the black dragonborn, and the crowd began to rise like storm tide foam, until a paladin and old companion stood between our throats, and Lauren pulled our names back home. We followed the threads that fled her trembling hands down into sewers where the city sweats, a stink of rust, sour prayers, and drowned out laughter, and every echo sounded like regret. So all became a door, a lie became a passage. We broke it wide and found a godless shrine, as Modios carved in suit and bone and velvet. We cast a coin and held our breath to wait. It rang on oak like judgment's breath, and every choice wore teeth like death. Splintered bread, a mule cart, a road ahead to find the might, iron sworn, Vaniel's own bent and torn. The harbor road was packed with boots, a crawling line through mud and roots, and Vaniel's riders, row on row, marched toward the city, armed and slow. I felt it then, beneath the drum, a thing unspoken, hard to name. The ferry bore us back once more, past blackened reeds, past broken shore. The captain's eyes were winter dim, he named no comfort, only gloom. Hungry wood, bite and bind, takes a breath. You found. Swallow hoof and swallow sound. We waited in where fairies fear, cold up the spine, dark to the ear. The tracker notes to read the ground. A month of storms had drowned the sound. Green twig, a cut too fast. We followed a whisper, thread and smear, the kind of trail that feeds on fear. The path was old, half buried meat, roots like knuckles, grass like wire, and dolls hung high from branch and fern. Small hang saints the wind had worn on bark, strange words we could not name. Signs that stank of stolen flame. We would not camp, the night had jaws. The rain came down like iron laws. The mule began to fail and slide, so we hauled the cart through mire and night. Hungry wood, hush, hush, bite and bind, shake the brave and leave the blind. No warmth here, only rotten krill, only eyes that aren't quite there. Hungry wood, keep what you found. Swallow hoof and swallow sound. Before the dawn, a clearing bled, a church like bone above the dead. Its roof was God, its ribs lay bare, rain falling through its empty stair. Vaniel's marks were cracked but true, defaced, recut, turned black and skewed, and in a lean half-sunken stall, the knight's own horse stood loose from all. A saddle wet, a rope undone, a sentence stopped before it's done. We little candles, thin and frail, their light like fever in the blood. The glass was warped, the saints were wrong. The holy turns a mocking song behind the pulpit, yawning stone, a stare that stank of damp and bone. Bodies piled where traps had sprung, the false door split, a hinge half hung, a chest lay gutted, lid ajar, and no sign of the night near or far. That stench to breathe the rain, and saw far lights like low six stars. A village bent behind its scars. They watched us enter, drained and gray, as if the day refused to stay. An olden's hearth breathed bread and smoke. We ate and swallowed more than hope. One of us rose uneasy, mute, and followed dolls through dripping root. A hut stood empty, close and stark, with hanging charms and bitten bark. A book that hummed beneath the skin. Then darkness took him from within. Hungry wood, hush, hush, bite and bind. Take the brave and leave the blind. Witch-like hands and fevered breath, rain-slick roofs and dancing death. Hungry wood, mock what you chase. Carve the fear into our face. We ran no glory, only breath, while laughter on the roofs of death. Behind our backs, a watcher stayed. Not flesh, not footstep, only shade. North calls cold through mountain stone. The night still lives and is not alone. Rain turned to needles on the ridge. A breath came white, our shoulders split. The mule dragged on through stone and thorn, while rations thinned to salt and grit. We crossed a stream that pulled like teeth. On the far bank, fresh signs of hands cut, fishing line, a broken hook, footprints bruising wounded land. We cloaked the cart in giant hides and followed water toward the a black mouth where the daylight sags. Arcane pressure on tongue and teeth, a narrow path aside. Streams hiss, we spoke for shelter, soft and low. Silence answered, and then this. A screaming, a stranger tongue rang out, claws like sickles dropping down, entering our shadows from the stone like spiders falling for the throne.
Hunger is watching, hunger knows.
She learns our names when blood water goes.
And you'll keep our hands from shaking.
The road is starved, the dark is taken.
We march, we bleed, we will not need.
Not while the chalice waits in steel. They cut one of us deep and true, then dragged him under slow and sure. The current took what we could not. No grave, no hymn, no clothing door. We fought by torch in dripping stone. Each wound they left turned foul and hot. We lived, but something walked with us, a hollow weight we couldn't drop. Deep, a cavern wide with stink, a heap of beasts and broken men. Light fell thin from a shaft above, a feeding hole again and again. Cages rusted, one held a dwarf, bruised to bone, still drawing breath. We broke the lock, returned his hammer. He swore us help and swore them death. We climbed to rooms of careful stone, too skilled for common thieves to claim. At the top, a roof torn open, two doors waiting, one plain, one carved and grand. Behind the plain, 6 basins warm, blood that would not clot or cool. Runes rising, sinking quick as breath, and a strange run dagger, cold as law. Through the carved door, an ancient hall, its gods scraped clean, its signs erased. A pale rogue spell right watched us come, white scales ghosting on his face. You break what took an age to raise, he said, as pride and grief entwined. You'll step into what you can't yet name. You'll end as pawns of hunger's design. He nodded once toward a shuttered cell. Your night is here, now earn him well.
A brute stepped out to axes bright, a crown of flesh where a face should be. We struck and heard a captive cry, our blows became the night's own pain.
Run shackles like the herd we dealt, a wicked mirror bound in iron. So hands turned swift to break the runes, and when the chains released their might, we fell as one and ended it.
Brave, the white scale spell right said, and let the chalice leave his hand. Go, then before hunger finds a use for you in darker rules.
He snapped his fingers, God like smoke.
Hunger is watching.
Hunger knows, she counts the cost where blood water goes.
Then you'll take the fallen brother.
His light is ours to carry further.
We leave with chalice, leave with scars, and winter follows where we march. We pour our dead in silence out,
And spoke a prayer to Daniel's love.
then turn your faces toward the road.
With blood on steel in winter.
restless trees. We left the road for fear of eyes. Days went missing in nameless wood, with empty packs and hungry miles. One clear night beneath star-cold flame, our path returned as if ashamed. 3 days march if the dark held back, so we rose and shouldered locked. Beyond the pines, orcs came dragging a line of cages, carts and chains and grinding slow, human faces dim below. We struck from root and thorn and mud, dropped the wolves in hidden stakes, then flanked the dust with blade and breath, till locks gave way and iron breaks. We fed the freed with stolen stores, and for 1 hour dared to smile, thinking the fallen blessed that mile. What steel must do, chains break clean when the night breaks too. Let the taken breathe again, let the road remember men, keep our hearts from turning stone when mercy brings us blood for bread. The river met us, fairy tide, luck like a candle in wind-held night. The winged night crossed to call small boats, and folk came quick with oars and ropes. Past the old tower, sleepless stone, one window breathed a single glow, a blink of fire then swallowed whole, as if the dark had learned its toll. The great city roared like living prayer, Vaniel's temple gave us care. It shook the red, received the cup, and spoke of light while steel stood up. The demon hunter knelt to still the storm, her ribs still felt a colder draft through half-shot pain. Her breath went slow as falling rain. Voices gathered close as skin. She fought to wake but could not win. Elsewhere, old walls and sorrow dust, a speech not hers, yet through her thrust. The book is broken, lacking leaves, its secrets must return to keep. Then, like a thorn behind the eyes, do you feel it? Something lies where it should not, within the joints. Pain struck sharp, she woke, she found a fading rune upon her wrist, and knew it was not meant to exist. Morning rose, yet war stood dressed, Vaniel streets in iron pressed. 5 by 10 they took the ways, holding corners, measuring lanes. Sororage bled the hidden seal, the library answered stone to steel. The winged knight climbed where nobles gaze and saw the truth in open day. Tabards marked with Asmodeus sign, not Vaniel's host but borrowed lines. Richard the Red with steady hand gave the chalice unashamed to black scales gemlit in the chest, a presence that made daylight last.
plunged again to reach the demon hunter's den. There she stood with a book in hand, Imperium, Infernatus, the anguish script we sought so long, found in the wrongest place of all. A shadow leaned behind her ear, not flesh, not breath, yet near, so near. Runes ignited, bright as noon, door slammed shut like a judge's tomb. A spiral rose around her frame, shells fell down like shattered rain. Air grew heavy, heartbeat slowed, the world held up a crushing load. She whispered soft when no lip showed, and said our fate in blood and law. Vanille, hear us if you can. We are not kings, we are not planned. We carried light into the deep, now something else has learned to speak. The spiral closed, a white hot crack, then nothing. There was no warning, but a presence ancient and patient, watching from the edge of the unseen, like one who weighs a wound before she presses it. Laid bare where cloth and fire had fed. The walls of Vashlamir lay split and cast aside, his holy face torn out from every shrine.
When your horned colossus came with naked hands and murder in its frame, we felled the brood with frost and steel and pain. Yet hollow rang the silence after slain.
Above us rolled a wounded sky of flame, and through the shattered arch a dark queen came, half grave, half crown, more dread than death can name. She looked upon the night and mocked him in her name. We had fallen where the black winds reign.
Asmodeus' profaned and torchlit hall. The Red One grinned above a throne of skulls. 3 spear-bound wardens held the blasphemous floor, and one stood bare of steel yet built for war. The dwarf struck first, the unarmed warder broke. Bone burst like kindling underneath the stroke. Then up the traitor rose on sorcerer's breath to cast down fire and flying stone and death.
The floor and lose the hammer where no eye could see. One stolen breath, one shattering descent. His spine was dust, his pride and sorcery spent.
At last the gate of cursed Grendel stood, unguarded still beneath the smoke and blood. There fought a woman in forgotten steel, with twin old blades and wrath no shield could stay.
I am the Iron Lady, then she cried, and split the dark to open worlds aside. We saw a tower beyond the riven sea, the living shore, the fairies' distant glee.
The night passed through, the dwarf passed through the light. The sword master turned to bring the hunter nigh.
She placed the book within his outstretched hand. Then all the runes blazed bright beyond command. The breath of hell laid hold of her like storm, and dragged her backward through that ruined hell. The portal closed, her scream outlived the flare. We crossed alive and left our sister there.
Now grief walks on beside us through the night, and every oath is wedded for the fight. The book is ours, but not the hand we bore. Her cry still burns against that closing door. No dawn will bless us, no soft mercy spare, until we break the road that took her there. Until we break the road that took her there. No rest, no peace, no easy heaven won.
Only the tower, the book, and what must be done.
No row behind us, no hand to turn the stone. Only the tower and the dark alone. The gate gave way with a grief-worn groan, and up we climb where lost years make their home. A circling wall, a void no torch could plumb. and shells all curving round. We turned once, back no stair, no door, no seam, only dead stone where once our path had been. We waited, there was silence, not the marrow, till from the depths a slab of pale rock rose. It bore us up through halls that mirrored sorrow, past floor on floor where time itself lay frozen.
At last the chamber bare of bed and scroll, a desk, a window, and a sundered soul.
Artemis spoke through memory worn and thin. The girl is veiled, old runes are burned in skin. Right through the rot, through the ash, through the rain, book in our hands and iron in our veins. Grand durable black behind us like a brand. Vashlamir far beyond the dying land. No bell had marked the years that we had lost. No kindly dawn came down to count the cost. Only the road, and all the road was war. Toward Galagan, through grief forevermore. We walked the rivers rotting, silent side, where no more ferries crossed the poison tide. The reeds were dead, the fields had sunk to mire, and crows grew fat where summers once climbed higher. Then shapes moved black along the farther bank. A knot of orcs through fog and marshland stank. We struck like wolves, steel bit and shields were broken. The river ran red where no prayer was spoken.
One rose from water like a crayon seal, with axe and sword to harvest through the field.
Helms burst apart and split mail kissed the mud. The dark marsh drank its measure full of blood. Right through the rot, through the ash, through the rain, book in our hands and iron in our veins. Grand durable black behind us like a brand. Vashlamir far beyond the dying land. Through Brastos lay the old road's battered spine. West toward Galagan by the bridge of stone. But first the port and first the butcher's chain, and first the truth that mercy dies in flame. Before the quay we found them locked in rows, men, women, children, iron at throat and wrist. That sight broke loose what fury had been buried. One blow fell first, and orc was split to ruin. Brains on the boards and steaming entrails strewn. Then fire came down from spellbound hands offshore, and iron ranks locked hard from shore to shore.
We bled for every pace of broken creed, while bolts and burning stone tore flesh and mail and knee. One mage was taken chest deep by the axe, and sank in red where the black tide rolled back.
The other laughed behind a wall of spears, till death climbed up beneath him from the piers. The planks gave way, steel entered low and drove. He split in two before the water closed.
Then from the temple of Asmodeus she came, in holy bronze and sorrow wrapped in flame.
What do you free? She asked. Whose chains do you unbind?
The captives fled, blind to her warning cry. Midstream the yellow runes awoke and shone. A cruel sun lit fast in iron alone.
They burned, they screamed, their skin ran down the chain, waxed into fire.
No triumph came,
no hymn,
no mercy won.
only the book, the road, and what must still be done. We walked where orchards should have burned with gold. Now roots were black and every bough was old. The fields lay open like a butcher's seam, and ash kept drifting through the ruined grain. No wind could loosen what we carried there. A knot of failure tightening in the air. The ones we left, the one we could not save. All grief grows heavier when mercy finds no grave. Rose through the herbal wound by broken farms, past shattered roofs and wells gone cold and dry. Small towns collapsed to stone and splintered beams, and every mile made loss feel less alone. They came at dusk in ragged orcish bands, with iron cries and hunger in their hands. But wrath had made a battered spirit's heart, and pain drove every blow past shield and guard. We did not speak of hope, not anymore. We only kept our feet and faced the war. Carry the dead in the hollow of the chest, carry the names that will never know rest. Over the ruin and under the cross, further we went where no bright river flows. Still we were bound to the road and the flame, still we were chained to a half-spoken name. If there was grace, it was thin as breath, a bridge in the distance, a pause before death. Then from the valley rose that ancient span, stone over sorrow set by dwarven hands. A mighty arch across the morning tide. The walls had fed the waters running wide. They called that river by a crueler name, a vein of morning dark with rust and shame. Too much had bled beneath that patient frame. Too many kings had fed it fire and flame. At either end stood iron in a line, with crossbows raised and laws worn thin by time. We asked for passage, they answered us with scorn, as if all who crossed were treachery reborn, then laughter split the line. A drunken roar, a ghost from blood and years came stumbling through the wall. Carry the dead in the hollow of the chest, carry the names that will never know rest. Over the mortar and old battle stone, even in fury kin may still be found. Still there was heat in the grip of the hand, still there were kin in this ravaged land. If there was grace, it came rough and unclean, nail in the sunlight and scars in between. That night we drank beneath a steadier roof. For one brief hour the world forgot its wounds. No chains were rattling in the back of thought, no pyres rising from the fields we crossed. At dawn the flowers breathed across the way, soft as a lie the morning entered day. We filled the flasks and took the forest road, where green ran deep and bird song eased the load. The path grew close with leaves and shaded light, and some among us almost dared the word, like home returning through the ribs again. A gentler hour between the blood and rain. 3 days beyond the bridge the stream ran near, old stones lay scattered, hurled there by engines from an older war. A narrow crossing waited over mud and foam. Wood under iron, no place to call home. We reached the middle, then the sky gave one thin cry, too fast for prayer, too sharp for any eye. A hiss above a spark none of us could name, and all at once the world became a flame. Carry the dead if we rise from the blast, carry what breath survives the sudden blast. Water and fire and a taste of the ground, smoke in the trees and no mercy around. Some fell to darkness and some to the stream, some closed their eyes inside the burning dream. If there was grace, it was hidden from sight, somewhere beyond us or nowhere that night. The river kept moving, the branches did not speak. Ash on the armor, blood in the creek, and in the black hush after thunder died. We did not know who lived or who had closed their eyes.
From beward planks and smoke we rose, half death with blood upon our greaves. The eternal night clawed from the brook, the dwarf stood first among the reeds. The winged knight lay by splintered wood, the dragonborn near the broken span. The inquisitor still drew his breath, and greenskins came to finish us. They rushed us through the ringing dark with hooks and feral cries. The dwarfs swung wide, then found their bones, and red mist flowered where one dies. The eternal night came out of mud, and steel remembered what to do. They broke the pack along the bank, till foul blood fed the trampled dew. At last, new palisades still wept with sap. A scarred small host in lamplight stood, and set us meat and iron cups. He spoke of powder stolen off, of blast meant not for harmless prey. An apprentice out of Shadow Town set bent mail right by break of day. He placed small sons in every hand, and warned of triple frontier's blight. Then north we rode where great dike waters had drowned the sands in reeds and night. We found a noble carriage sunk, half swallowed by the sucking mire. No track was cut through sedge or slime, no sound but flies and sodden briar. We cast the ropes and hauled it free, yet roots were wound around each wheel. The wing knight stooped to hack them loose, and saw the red-eyed thing beneath. It rose from weed and branch and rot, a man-shaped knot of swamp and hate. It gripped his feet with living cords, and dragged the coach toward its grave.
Mud to the knees, wood under strain. The horses screamed and choked the rain.
Hold them souls or lose the cart. Strike them souls till bark is torn. Hold them souls against the deep, where roots would drown both oath and form.
Then over black and stagnant water, two riders came in mail of night. The Inquisitor raised the single name, and turned their charge into his light. They broke him hard and cast him down, his weapon arm split clean with pain. The dwarf let go the straining rope, and charged through mire with murder bared. His hammer passed through one pale breast, then stormfire burst inside the shade. It shrieked apart in shards of frost, and died where no grave could be made. The dragonborn and eternal night set shoulder, hand, and all their might. The winged knight climbed the drowning coach, and beat the rude beast blind with blows. Once more the second rider came. The Inquisitor blessed the hammerhead. The dwarf sprang high from shield and mud, and smashed the curse out of the dead.
But ghost spear bit his shoulder through, and black rot climbed beneath his skin. It found a body forged by torment, and could not make a home within.
last the rude beast lost its skull. The coach came groaning from the fen. We found cold jewels and broken steel, and set our wounded down within. Toward triple frontier rolled the wheels, through ruts and stink and evening dread. No saint looked down upon that waste. The marsh kept its own count of dead. Yet still we rode, though torn and sore, for farther
Rain on the stone, rain where the hungry had learned to die. Oh no, the streets lay hollow, the walls were split and black, and every prayer once spoken there had never journeyed back. And no blind woman spoke beside the road, her sight long burned away by buried fire. She told of trembling glass and groaning beams, of earth that split beneath the graveyard spire. She told of smoke that climbed from broken ground, of venom breath that poured from under clay, of fire that rose and took the eyes of many, and left the rest to beg through ash and grey. A hidden beat no living heart should keep. He passed through arches gnawed by time and soot, and followed it into the wounded deep. were scarred by steel and butchered men, by broken crest and rust and salted tears. The water crept along the ancient floor. The passage breathed in grey and poison blue, and far ahead a pallid radiance swayed, like mercy fouled by sacrilege and ruin. Behind him moved a shadow dressed in night. It watched him with a patient, dreadful grace, as though his steps had long been marked and counted, as though the dark had hungered for his face. The pulsing light grew louder than his blood, a sphere of ash and pale unholy flame. He reached for it, and all the deeply near, and nothing in his soul returned the same. Triple frontier, what was buried was not dead. It waits in deep, it waits in stone, it waits beneath the dread. Triple frontier, all your bones remember still the voice below, the hidden will, the slow devouring chill. Then the eternal night rose through rain and broken streets, while something else moved softly in his frame. And far beyond the drowned and ruined roads, there waited Vashlamir, and something worse than pain. Rain on the road, rain on the rain, blue fires trembling through the branches and the rain. For in the wood, a hidden splendor burned. Vashlamir waited, and something in it stirred. We found a wagon rotting by the way, with dead men hanging over sacks of grain. Their bodies burst and birthed a crawling blight. old and venomous, moved underneath the sheet.
Vashlamir,
Marble malice, ancient pride.
Vashlamir,
Where bright halls learn to poison light. Every wall and gilded frame guarded grief without a name. And in the throne room past the silence, Myrtala ruled above the flame. She stood in green that moved like living glass, with blood-red eyes that measured flesh and breath. No wasted word, no need of rage. She held us still like prisoners before death. She drew the book as though it knew her hand. She spoke of hunger none of us should wake. She spoke of realms where even hunters starve, and wars that only queens like her could break. She named Imperium without a trace of fear. She named the road that vanished under stone. She said if we would claim the taken girl, we had to cross that godless wound alone. Crowned in hunger, crowned in will, beautiful and bloodless still. Not with fury, not with flame, but the weight behind her name. She opened doom before our footsteps and made our choice and death the same.
Vashlamir,
Keep the book and bind the stain.
Vashlamir,
Guard the old infernal chain. For beyond the wounded gate, past roots and crown and patient hate, a blackened past stood wide before us, and none who crossed came back unchanged. The portal opened, thin and wide. The deadwood waited on the other side. And in the hush before we crossed, her scarlet gaze remained the same. Myrtala watched, and Vashlamir endured where cruel things reign, and darker things still came.